Hi everybody, so I'm back today with the Dior Spring collection part 2, and today we're going to try this Mint Quint. That's not what it's called. It's actually called, I should know by now, the Mint Bubblegum. So I'll try 2 looks with this, and I've got 3 of the brand new oils, the Dior Glow oils. I've got them in the 3 different formulas. There's a new sparkly, and there's, what have I written them down as? One glaze and the original juicy. So I've got 1 in each, which we're going to try today. And I've also got this highlighter. So that will then complete everything I've bought from the Dior collection. If you saw part 1, if you didn't, you can find that on my channel. I do have a couple of comparisons to show you. I also have a couple of comparisons with the new liquid highlighter that launched, because I've had a few requests. So I will show you that, but I won't be trying that on. You'll find that in part 1. So I think that's about it, and I think I'm ready to start. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Hannah, I'm 48, and here on my channel I show you lots of luxury makeup with the occasional, I can't say occasional these days, occasional affordable thrown in. And lots of new releases and lots of swatches, lots of looks. I do upload several times a week, and I'd be over the moon if you did subscribe to my channel. But if you're already subscribed, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Anyway, let's get straight into this review. So I'm filming this with the door open because the dogs are being a bit clingy today. My son is helping, but we've got the puppy in and out with toilet training right now, and the dogs, the other 2 dogs, are coming in and out. Plus I've got a delivery coming any minute, so it could be mayhem. Me going for an uncut video like yesterday might not be possible. I'll try, but I can see me pausing this one too many times to make it uncut. Anyway, let's start with the lip oils, because I can spread them out throughout the video and try the different shades on. So I'm guessing this one must be the glaze formula. This one must be the original juicy formula, because it looks like it. I am guessing because I can't actually see from the website. But this one is obviously the sparkly. So because I love a sparkle, this is the one I will save until last. And I think maybe I'll try the juicy to start with. So it says the iconic lip glow oil has been reinvented with these new 3 finishes. Well, available now in 3 finishes, the new ones being sparkly and glaze, and this will envelope the lips in comfort and shine for 24 hours of hydration. And there are 16 different shades. They are pH activated, so what they produce, let's look at all 3 of the ones I've got actually to see what they look like on my skin after a little bit of time, because sometimes they can all look the same, and then you think, well, what's the point anyway. So the first one I'm trying is this juicy one, which is the shade 006 Berry, this one. And that is how it looks on my hand there. And I'll put this one straight onto my lips. I love the doe foot on these. You can't really get better. And they have that sweet vanilla-y fragrance. If you hear that little bell sound, that's the puppy. He's got a little tinkly bell, so we know he's coming. So that means he's just coming in from the toilet. And that's Florrie shouting at him. This one is Black Cherry, the glaze finish. This one has a lot more pigment, which is good news. A lot more. Very different finish, look.
Mom?
Did he go wee wee?
He did have wee wee.
Yay!
Did you hear me talking?
I'm filming, so...
Oh,
well done, Bertie, come here. Everybody, Bertie just did a wee wee. Isn't he a clever boy? Isn't he a clever boy? He's so clever. Anyway, I'll give him back to you, okay?
Yeah.
So there we have 104 Black Cherry Glaze. And then I'll put on the back of my hand the Fizzy Pink Sparkly, which is number 072. And this is the one that obviously screamed my name. Alfie's coming in now. Alfie dog. I've got a blanket next to me, and Alfie's sitting on the blanket because he has to be close to Mummy because he's very jealous about the puppy, bless him. So you can't really see the sparkly one very much. These 2 both look like the same sort of shade really, don't they? I don't know how much anyone's going to appreciate these really. Are they both going to give the same finish? Will we see the sparkle? I mean, I can see a bit of sparkle in it. So we have the juicy one, the sparkle one, the glaze one. I do apologise for all the marks on my hands. Got little bruises, little scratches. It's puppy. I can't do anything about it really. Right, so that's on my lips now, and we can move, I think, the plan for me is to move straight to the eyes. Yeah, so I'll basically play you my swatch video now of the Mint Bubblegum, and we'll try 2 looks. So here's my swatch video. So I think the thing I want to do with this straight away using Sonia G Crease 1 is get this mint all over my lid. That needed a bit of a tap off there. So I've prepared my lid today, which I've been doing a lot recently. Oh, look at that. Using the Mario matte, which I also set. Gosh, that is really pretty. If you're not familiar with this one, this is Bisque. I've been using Bisque instead of concealer. That's the Mario Cream Matte. It's better than concealer because it doesn't crease in the eye like a concealer will. It's such a good way to set down a base. And I actually, even though it sets itself, I do powder on top of it. Well, there we are. We have a mint one and done. I would just wear that with a dark liner as a really simple, gorgeous look. I was planning on pulling out one of my mint jumpers today, and I completely forgot. Oh well, it is what it is. Even though the puppy gave me 8 hours sleep last night, can you believe that? I'm almost nervous telling you because I might jinx myself and get 8 minutes tonight. But yeah, 8 hours, and he's 10 weeks and 2 days old. Amazing. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm not going to run that underneath. It's too sparkly and too light, and it will emphasize the lines because of that sparkly finish. So now for the other side, what shall I do? I think I'll go with this one to see how that looks as a one and done. So this is a very different shade. Now when I did the other one, I did say then I thought we have a few looks, but what I don't think we have is, I don't think I would use all of these colours for one look. Yeah, this is going to be a good one and done as well. Look at the difference. If you completely exclude mint, that really does show up, you know. We've got 2 very different one and dones for a very, very simple wash of colour and sparkle in spring shades. These do emphasise texture and lines a little bit, not terribly, but they do. So you do need to be aware of that because obviously they're sparkly finishes. Are any of these matte? I don't know, wait a sec. I think they're all sparkly. Or pearly, certainly pearly finish, isn't it? Have I written down anything to tell you about this? 3 finishes, matte, satin and pearly. I don't think there's a matte in here. I really don't. So they might have that, but I don't think they've got it in this one. I think these descriptions on the Dior website are very sort of generalised. So I think we've got satin and pearl, and this looks like pearl because it's the most shiny out of the 3 finishes. This one could be satin because it's smoother. This one is more sparkly, and this one definitely emphasises lines a little bit more, but it's a really nice shade and definitely works as a one and done. But again, not one I would take under the eyes there. So now let's add some depth. The only one we can use for depth is going to be this one here. So let's see what we can get from this. So I'm taking the crease number 2. Let's take this now into this area here. Now being a spring palette, we really don't need a lot of depth, or I certainly wouldn't want it. This is a soft palette, a soft colour story, a soft spring look. So I wouldn't want this to be a rich dark brown. I think it would almost ruin that mint. Just gently taking this into the crease area. It's just giving me a bit of dimension really. I'll do the same on the other side, same shade. I think it's going to work even better with this shade here actually. Not that it doesn't work with the mint, because it does, but I think it's going to work even better with this almost peachy apricot. I'll take the Pencil Pro brush from Sonia G and run this brown shade underneath both of the eyes. So at the moment we've just used 2 shades on each eye. You can see that this colour is not particularly strong. This is a brush that picks up a lot more, so it's much more dense, and I'm really swirling my brush around so you can really get a sense of how soft and light these shades are. I'll just take a little bit along the lash line here, just a touch. I'm not sure if this is going to mean I don't need a liner. I very much doubt it actually. I think I would want some sort of liner, but let's see when I've got mascara on it, because I'm going for that soft look. Let's just see if that's enough. So now we have 2 shades that I haven't tried. This one looks like that beautiful sort of topper shade that we got in the pink, if you saw that review yesterday, and it's got that sort of shift in it. I've still got the lips on the back of my hand. Actually, let me show you these again before I remove them, so you can see the pH activation to full effect. They've just got a bit more pink. I think we've got a bit more colour. I'm not sure about this one, how that's pH activated. Maybe it isn't. But you can see these two are basically coming out the same colour, even though I did go for 2 pinks. So they would look pink even if it wasn't for that. So if I can just find a wipe to clean that off. So I'll get this off and show you a quick swatch of this topper on its own. There, it's one of these ones that catches in the light, but it would not really show up on its own. It does have a little bit of pink in it, a bit of a pink twist. I don't know if that's showing up enough on camera, but it really does have that pink twist. I hope that picks up. And really, the shade I don't want is this one, but I think what I'm going to do is I will try this one. Just go here, say on the inner first third, to see if it shows up a bit. So it's going on top of this colour here. I don't think it does. So maybe it's an either or, one or the other, because they're just both so soft. Let's try it on the other side and see if it shows with the green of it. The mint, rather. It doesn't really, does it? That's the first shade that's a bit useless in my opinion. I just can't see me wanting to use it. All I want to do is put this sparkly topper, which I'm going to do straight away, across the top. But this for me is a slightly redundant shade. There we go. There's the magic of these quints. I love it when you get a topper like this that just sort of transforms the whole look. But I am feeling like the texture is superbly emphasised on this side from these. And I also have to say I'm not quite as thrilled with this one as I was with the pink one yesterday. I love that mint. But I think the mint on its own was beautiful. Maybe I would just layer the mint a bit more. Now I feel like I can't really see the mint. I mean, can I rescue? Let me go in maybe with a dense brush to get a bit of this mint back. So I used this shade here to go in that inner corner, but let's take a bit of the mint back maybe. Can I just make it a bit more visible? Or are they all becoming a bit mush together? Yeah, I think they are. I'm not sure if these layer very well, you know. Let me take crease 1. I'll go back into the mint and take it above a bit to reintroduce it. I just want to see a bit more of the mint because I feel like it's really diluted. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. This side I can definitely see this colour still, but I feel like the mint has almost vanished by adding a few other shades. So my recommendation, if you really want to see that mint, would be to just use that, maybe deepen with that, and if you're going to use this or this, just use them for the inner corner and under the brow and nothing else. So I'm going to try this one with the Pencil Pro brush in the inner corner, because the topper shade we established yesterday doesn't tend to show up brilliantly in the inner corner. But let's try it anyway on the other side, just in case it does, because it is obviously a different one. Shows up a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, it shows up more today. This shade just doesn't show up. I think it's almost like my skin colour. So yeah, we'll go with the top of the inner corner. I am quite underwhelmed with this one. And I know a lot of you were really excited to see the mint, but I have played with palettes that have a mint in that are just better than this. I think they're all a little bit too subtle. This one works quite well into the brow though, this. I can see the mint a bit. I have brought it back a bit, haven't I? Am I being unfair? Can I just reintroduce it a bit more? I just want to see mint. Yeah, I think I've got it back a bit, but not as much as I would like. I've dug out my Victoria Beckham Seafoam liner because this is the perfect chance to use this in the waterline. So let's see how that looks. So I'll put that in my waterline and I'll put some mascara on. Oh yes. And then I'll be back to show you how this looks without me adding any sort of... I'll do it on both eyes actually, even though we didn't use mint on this side. But yeah, I won't add any sort of liner for depth. We'll keep this really soft just with mascara and see how it looks. Oh, I like it with that, you know. That's probably my favourite part of the look. It's the Victoria Beckham Seafoam. Anyway, I'll come back when I've got the mascara on. So I've gone in with mascara and I will leave it, although I don't know, it's incredibly soft and I'm just not massively in love with this look, I have to be honest with you. I don't even think I can build it up much more. I do think for me this has to be a one and done more than anything. I would use the mint all over. You could use this shade that we used to deepen as an all over. This and this together did work, so you could use these three together are quite good, but this one is a one and done, or this, they do work for that. So that's how I would view this, and this is the topper, and this one I don't really know on me. It might work differently on you, but for me this one disappears because it's probably my skin tone. And well, let's compare it to other ones, but before I do that comparison, I'm going to show you the glaze version of this new Glow Oil, Dior Addict Glow Oil. So this one is 104 Black Cherry, which you've already seen on the back of my hand. This is the one that gets, gives the pigment, it really does, doesn't it? Look at that. This one feels very different. It feels very grippy. Do you know what? I can see this being the most popular finish. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful formula. And it's got the pigment. I absolutely love that. Oh wow. That is gorgeous. I want more of these. I want more of these. Woof, I love it. Anyway, let's look at comparisons. I've got Pink Mania on my hand here from last year, which is actually this one, because I think a lot of you might have noticed just how similar they were. So this one is the Pink Mania from last spring, and then this one here is the Mint Bubblegum. Lots of similarities really, and I have to say I preferred Pink Mania from last year. So we had a similar minty type of shade. The one we get this year is lighter. We had this matte shade which we're not getting this year. This had more pigment than this brown that we got this year. And we also got a sort of lilac-y tone. I just don't think this combination of colours does much. And if you don't have extremely fair skin, this new one is really not going to show up on you, and I think you'll be disappointed in it. So, and I know people who have got a slightly darker skin tone to mine and they did not like Pink Mania because it wasn't dark enough. This one is even lighter. So you need to like a very, very, very light finish. And the other one I thought I'd compare to is the Miss Dior Bold Black, which might seem odd with it being called Bold Black, but I do think these are pretty similar, obviously apart from the Bold Black. So let me do some swatches of these. So the Bold Black is the matte, so immediately it's got a shade that this doesn't have, a formula rather. But a lot of the other shades seem quite close. But if you saw yesterday when I did the swatch comparisons with the other Miss Dior, the Miss Dior formula is so good. It's just creamier and gives off more pigment. It's a beautiful formula, the Miss Dior. I love it. Immediately it just feels so different actually. I mean, just look at the mint. That's the mint on my hand from Miss Dior, the minty grey. And it just gives off so much more straight away. You'll see the difference on my hand when I show you. But yeah. So if you've got this, Miss Dior, here it is. And here it is compared to this one. Look at the difference. I mean, this one is almost invisible. And I feel like you just can't create definition with this one. Whereas Miss Dior, you really could. I'm really not selling this, am I? Not that that's the aim of the game. But anyway, maybe you love it. So please tell me, which one do you prefer? And somebody asked me to compare this one also to the Chantecaille release from last spring. I'm just trying to get this Miss Dior off. That black matte does not want to shift right now. I don't have any micellar water. My shopping has just arrived and the dogs are all frantic, so it's all a bit chaotic in the background. Anyway, here's the Diana Eye Trio from Chantecaille that had this butterfly case. So if I put them up next to each other, you can see the similarities, but there isn't a pink in the Mint Bubblegum. I wouldn't call that bottom one pinky at all. So really, I think these three do look quite similar to these three or these three. So let's have a look. I loved the one from Chantecaille, which was also very pale, but I think it's that baked gelée finish, isn't it? If I just show them on the back of my fingers already, look at the finish. It's just so, it's offering so much more. But it's very, very, very soft. But I always loved this when I applied it. I really love it. The mint is much nicer and more sparkly, but more of a green than a soft mint. More of a... Anyway, so that's Chantecaille. You see how that's just got more to offer, I think. But it's more of a sparkly green, not a soft pastel mint. So they're both incredibly soft. I just think that one had more to offer and I felt I could get more separation of colour with the Chantecaille. So yeah, I really liked yesterday's one, the pink, but I'm just not overwhelmed with this one, unfortunately. Anyway, I love this lip. I just thought then, is it starting to sit in a funny way, but it's very thick and grippy. I think this will really have longevity. It does obviously come off, as you'd expect, it's an oil. Anyway, I'll take it off and put that sparkly one on, which might be a better match for this eyeshadow palette today. And then we're going to finish with the powder highlighter, which I'm really looking forward to trying. So let's get this sparkly one. So this is Fizzy Pink, number 072. And this has that pH finish, so you'll probably see my lips get quite a bit darker. Oh, the doe foot is so nice. My lips just feel so happy from the three products I've tried on because they are so nourishing. I don't know if I've written down any details on the formula of these. I haven't, but anyway, I know they're very hydrating formulas. They're beautiful. The sparkle is there, but it's incredibly subtle. It's not like a Fenty sparkle. It's a bit like the Glaze Oil that came out that had that sparkle in it. I've got a feeling they're over there somewhere, but very, very similar. Oh no, I've got it in my drawer here. I've got my bee oils. Let me just show you. This was the sparkly finish from Glaze, and in the bottles they do look quite sparkly, like the Dior one does, but on the lips they just don't show up. And I think that's what's happening with this one. You just don't really see it. in the way you do from something, I don't know, like the Patrick Tar one that launched over the holidays, which I've got here. This one really did show up the sparkle. And obviously we had the YSL, like the Honeymoon, that one really showed off sparkle. And the Lisa Eldridge, which we had for the holidays, these ones, the new shades in the sparkle finish, they really show off the sparkle. This is an oil, not a gloss, so you just don't, it gets lost, the sparkle. It's very nice, but it's nothing like it looks in this. It's just a nice pH oil, which I've got a million of, I have to be honest. Put that one back. And the doe foot's very similar to Guerlain, the formula is very similar, so if you like those, then you would like this, but do you need it? Do you already have a million? Does this stand out? I don't think it does. I think the glaze finish really does though, and I like it enough to want to go back and check which other ones are in the glaze finish. I really like that one, so I will check that out. But let's move now to the powder highlighter. I do have a swatch video of this. It's not very good, but I'll play it for you. So here it is. So as you can see, it's not very good, but that's because it's quite hard to get this one to show up. So here is the packaging, which you've just seen. Very nice standard sort of packaging these days with Dior. We had the holiday one that just launched. I thought I'd just show you the difference. Obviously the packaging is a little bit more superb from the holiday packaging. But we had the Dior Star at Christmas, and now we've got this new sugarcane. But they're both Glow Luminizers. They both have 12 months shelf life, I think. Oh no, the holiday one has 6 months. Gosh, that's not good, is it? But this new one has 12 months for some reason. Isn't that weird? I wonder why. They're both made in Italy. Oh, made in France. No, they're both made in Italy, sorry. They're both made in Italy, so why is the holiday only 6 months? But anyway, this holiday one, which I was too gold, but it isn't. It gives a nice natural finish. I'll just show you some comparisons. So there is the holiday one, which you can hardly see because it just gives a natural glow. It doesn't come up as gold on my complexion. I've ended up using it a lot more than I thought I would. But this one almost has a shift to it, this new one, and it looks really pretty. But the shift, it looks more like a sparkly topper to me. So it really depends on what you like. I don't think you can see any bits of glitter, as in it's not chunky, but it's very hard to get it to show up. Can you see how it just catches in the light? You don't really see the colour. Now I'll compare this to this horrific one we had from Guerlain. If you saw me review this, I hate this one, the Rosy Gleam. Now these look quite similar, don't they? I think the Rosy Gleam looks a bit more peachy from Guerlain, but they have that same shifty finish. But the Guerlain one, it swatches very well, but is literally powdery glitter and it goes everywhere. But just to give you the difference, that's the Guerlain one, and this one here is the Dior. So the Dior is going to be a lot better in terms of flyaway and showing glitter. But I also wanted to compare it to the one from Chanel from last Christmas, and I mean 2024 now, this one, because it does remind me a little bit of this one, and this one is one of my favourite highlighters ever. This one was Diamond Dust. I love this one, I love it. So this one has a bit of a pink shift, so let's look at that one next. There's Diamond Dust. Can you see that? Gosh, I can't get these to show up. Maybe I'll try it on my wrist. Can we see Diamond Dust? Honestly, it's so hard to show highlighters on my complexion. Can you see any of these? I can see them, but I've got a feeling looking at the monitor you can't. I'm just going to over apply it a bit. It's got that pinky finish. I just feel like you can't see it, to be honest. Let me wipe all that off and just try the two side by side. Maybe it'll show up because it's going down my wrist, maybe. Let's try again. I'm sure I've managed to swatch that better in the past. And then we'll compare it to this one from Dior. Now, I think they are similar in the fact that they don't show up much, and it's more a question of them catching in the light. There's the Chanel. I think you might see it better now. And there's the Dior. The Dior is catching a bit more, isn't it? You can see it there now. But you can see the pinky tone there of the Chanel Diamond Dust. So it does have an almost peachy tone. Sorry, the dogs are going berserk. I do apologise. I think that probably means my son's gone in the garage and the puppy hates it when you go in a different room and leave him on his own. So he's shouting. Right, so this side of my face, I've put some of the blusher on. I did use the new bronzer in shade 1 today. So if you're looking at my complexion, I used the contour in the lighter shade from Dior to contour. And then I used the lighter shade of the new bronze stick. And then I went in with the new blush stick, which I picked up and showed in part 1 of my review. So this one is the Ultra Pink, but I've only done this side. So this side has just got bronzer and no blush because I wanted to see if we get any sort of colour. I don't think we will now we swatched it, but anyway, I want you to see this without the blush. So let me take this brush. This is the Wayne Goss Holiday brush. I'm so sorry about the dogs. It's just, I'm going to have this sort of problem for a while with my filming, I'm afraid. So please bear with me. But anyway, let's be a bit generous and think of this as a sparkly topper. So you can see it. It doesn't show up much, does it? I didn't think it would actually, from the way it took me so long to get it to show up on my hand, but you can definitely see it. But I am seeing bits of glitter, can you see? Oh gosh, yeah, quite a lot. Bits of glitter. Oh no. Oh, I don't like that. Look how it's emphasising my lines there. I mean, obviously you don't want your highlighters to come here. I've been a bit rough with it there. Let me apply it on the side with the blush. Tap off a bit and just take it a bit more delicately here on the top of the cheek. But still you can see all those bits. Oh, I don't like it. It's not as bad as Guerlain, but it is giving Guerlain actually. It doesn't have that flyaway glitter all over the room problem that we had with Guerlain, but you can really see the glitter. And from what I know of most of you, you don't like that. I wonder what would happen if I put some of it on the eye. Should I try this side? Doesn't really do much on the eye either. Oh, this feels so flat after filming part 1. Part 1 was so beautiful. I loved everything. And today, I'm just a bit disappointed. Wow. Well, I wasn't exactly excited by the Christmas one, which I thought just gave a natural finish but no wow factor. But I've gone back to use it a lot because I do like the natural finish. But I know for a fact, I immediately want to go back to this more than I do this new one, which is really disappointing, especially when we had that stunning one from this collection in the liquid form. This one is so beautiful. I should have probably done that one today because that one's got that sort of minty finish. Now, if you saw part 1, you saw me apply this. So what I'm just going to do quickly with this is show some comparisons before I sign off. At least we can get back to a brighter topic because this one is lovely. So here we have it. That's got almost a slightly mint cream look to it, but when you twist and catch in the light, it's got a lot of pink in it and it's beautiful and it looks gorgeous on. It might look too much, as I said in part 1, but once you apply it, it really isn't. So the name of that one, by the way, is Sugar Icing. Now I've been asked to compare that to the actual pink in the Glow Maximizer, the Forever Glow Maximizer, if you want the full title. So I'll compare it to the pink, but I really don't think there's much in the way of similarities. It's almost more of a lilac violet, really, the new one. Look at the difference. Very, very different to the pink. I think the one it's going to have the most similarities to, which I didn't actually compare it to in my review yesterday, is the Christmas one, which was the Abraca Dior, if that's how you say it. So that one has a shift in it as well, but the shift, this one starts off as a cream, not a white, I'd say, like this, but once you rub it in, it's got that pinky shift as well. but it is more of a pink. Here it is. Whereas this one is more of an almost lilac-y pink. See the difference? And the other one, I'll just show you so you can see the difference. The one Pearly, which is just the white without the shift. So that'll give you an idea of the differences. These are all now the ones that have a creamy sort of base. So here's the pearly white before I spread it out, and here is pearly white after it's been spread. So they're very different. So if you do go for this new one, you do not have it in your collection. So if you love these, like I absolutely do, I adore them. I actually think this new one's the most fun. I love it. So there we are. Let's end on a high and remember how beautiful that one was in part 1. Part 2 has been a bit of a flop, I have to say. But anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on everything I've tried today. Were you thinking these would be the better products from the collection? And what do you think of what I've put on? Do you disagree with me completely and think they're great? Did you prefer everything I tried in part 1? For me, the only standout, as I've said now, is this Glaze Finish lip oil. Nothing else for me makes me tempted to go back and try more or even use more. It's a little bit flat, I have to say. But I will try this as one and done if I get the chance. We'll see if we don't get too flooded with eyeshadows. I would really like to spend time going back and doing some more looks with the Christmas collections we had, because obviously it's still that time of year, and that's what I really want to do. I don't want to spend too long on spring eyeshadow looks, if I'm totally honest, but we'll see. We do have the Glam collection coming out soon, don't we? But I will try another look with this. I might try using just the brown on its own, and I'll let you know what I think. Do I think it's worth going back to? But yesterday's pink one, was it Pink Lollipop? I could just keep forgetting the name. I got it over here. Yeah, Pink Lollipop. Much prefer that one. Much prefer it. So anyway, that is it from me. I have finished my Dior collection review, and if you want to see my final thoughts on everything I've tried today, you will be able to catch that in my end of month January faves, fails and updates video, which will tell you all about these products and how I'm getting on with them. I did actually tell you as well, I would give you an update on the perfume, didn't I? Yesterday I tried the Rosy Glow perfume that's just launched. The good news about this is it has excellent longevity. I said I didn't think it would because it's so lightweight, but I could smell this all day, and when I went to bed I could still smell it. So it has really good longevity, and I did actually find it very pleasant. I enjoyed it, but I do think I need to layer it with something else and get a bit more fruit in. They're a bit powdery. So today I've gone for the one I thought was my favourite of the 3, because I had these 2 samples, and the one I thought was my favourite was Purple Glow. So I'm wearing that today. It's actually not quite as strong on me as the Rosy Glow was. Maybe that's because it's a sample. Sometimes they're not quite as powerful in samples. But I have to say, even with the peach as well, I'm finding them all very samey. They all have a sort of powdery base, whether it says that in the description or not. That's how it smells to me. This one has that sort of Parma Violet smell, which reminds me of, I said in my last review, the Glam Meteorites fragrance, if you know that, and if you know the Parma Violet Sweets. It does smell a bit like that one, the Purple Glow, was it I said it's called? Yeah. But they're very samey. I definitely recommend trying these, or if you do an order with Dior, you can ask for the samples. It will come up, certainly in the UK, so I would definitely get samples and try these before investing. I will try layering this with more fruity options and give it more of a kick, and I'll let you know. I might find the perfect layering option for it, and it'll end up being one of my most used. Who knows? I love playing around with perfume layers. So let's reserve judgment. Yesterday I really enjoyed it as it wore throughout the day. I really did, and I was very aware of it throughout the day. So it's not a definite hate or anything like that. It didn't have that instant effect of wow, I'm in love, like I do get from some perfumes. But I did enjoy it, and I'm quite glad I've got it now. Actually, that's how much I enjoyed it. And now I've tried the purple one on all day, well, for a few hours. I think probably Rosy Glow was the better choice for me. So anyway, that is the final part of this review of this Dior Spring collection. So if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the like button, and if you are not subscribed, I'd be delighted if you did. But if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here. It really means the world to me, and I hope to see all of you again for my next video. Take care everybody. Bye.